Albert in Pico Rivera, California. See more better with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and today I'm going to cut lenses for the same frame I am wearing. It is the RayBan 2132 new Wayfarer color 710, which is a tortoise color in the 52 eye size, same one that I'm wearing. I'm going to take out the original packaging as RayBan sends it to me, your Italian leather RayBan snap folding case. RayBan cleaning cloth with junk mail, because you just don't get enough of that in your regular mailbox now. And of course, the star of the show, the main attraction, the 2132 new Wayfarer. As most of Luxottica's frames come with a little plastic sleeve on the temple to prevent the temples from rubbing together during shipping from Italy, and I'm going to put that on there when I ship to you. And of course, this is the RayBan 2132 new Wayfarer color 710 tortoise in the 52 eye size. I'm going to pop out the original demo lenses that come in here. This is a sunglass frame, my oldest trick in the book. Take a sunglass frame, put clear lenses in it. I wore this frame for years before I ever needed a prescription. So when it came time to getting a prescription, my head just knew this frame. So I said, I'm going to put my prescription in there. Now, I programmed the shape into the computer, although I can always use mine in the future as a template to cut more lenses. But I did program your shape in there just out of habit. Just out of respect for you. A little stylus is going to pop up and go around and trace the inside bevel of the right side of the frame before doing the same thing at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy a genuine, authentic RayBan frame and you'll receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase, whether they are prescription or not. But as I was saying, I can always use my frame to cut new lenses for anyone in this one. This is actually the frame that started me selling online, that made me open up my website. I cut my teeth on this frame, back to the beginning, back to basics. So, your pupillary distance for your right eye is 66. The computer starts at 32.5. I only need to tap it one time. I do want to raise the optical center up. Now let's see. These lenses, one of them has already been marked right and left. We will see, but here's a new thing. So all along I've been, oops, look at that, hit that wrong button. Let me turn that back off. The reason why I was having all these problems, I was using waterproof ink. It was turning into asphalt and getting really hard. So they told me just go down to Staples, get some water soluble ink and put that on the pads and you will never have a problem. And so far it has been true. Hang on, let me get this third one over here. Nice to have this problem fixed. It was getting aggravating. I was getting tired of it. So, turn everything on, make sure it's on 0. Okay. Let's see if this is the right lens. I'm going to put it on 110, the axis on 110. Minus 2 1/4 power. Put it in, find the optical center of your lens. The spherical component comes into view. Check your astigmatism correction, 3 1/4, that's right. That is the right lens. Put 3 dots on your lenses. Yeah, it was going to be like asphalt on the ink pad. There we go, not the darkest, but they are there. I can go ahead and darken them. That is the right lens. And let's do the same thing for left. Turn the fine tune knob to 60. The axis wheel. Come on, get that a little bit more. It's first thing in the morning, don't want to move. Hasn't had its coffee. Put the power drum on 275. I've had my coffee, don't you worry about that. I'm not going to leave the house without mine. So, minus 275. You have half adopter, so we're at 3 1/4. That's the left lens. And let's go ahead and put 3 dots on this lens. Oh yeah, that's getting better. It's waking up. It is waking up. And if you guys missed any of that, let me recap. Oh, it's never too late in the morning for bad humor. So, I'm going to skip some time. You guys have seen me put stickers on there. I'm just going to pull the paper away to make the black side sticky, line up the magnet, get everything, move that around some so everything's lined up in there the way it's supposed to be. Hit that button. Arm's going to come down, place the block onto the right lens. We're going to do the same thing for the left lens. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. line that up. Same pupillary distance for the left eye. Get everything lined up exactly where it's supposed to be. Hit that button, the arm's going to come down, place the block on the left lens. Now this is the edger. This is what's going to do all the work while I run my mouth. I'm going to press that on that. That's the ink from the thing. Don't worry, I haven't been scratched. The cat scratched me here. That's just ink. Line up the magnet into the chuck. Wake up the computer. 1405, 1405. These are polycarbonate lenses. Let me get my stylus. I'm not going to polish the lens. And hit the green arrow to start. The door closes. The clamp shuts. The lens is going to be traced by 2 wide styluses, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame. Going around, making sure of that, and then the old carpenter saying measure twice, cut once. It's measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel, so you have the least amount of edge thickness, showing that with your prescription in this frame, you should have none, but we will see. We'll get there. See the water's in the back to catch the optical sawdust as it comes off the cutting wheel. Now your lenses are made out of polycarbonate, which is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They're virtually unbreakable. These are high impact ballistics grade lenses, the same lens materials that our soldiers wear overseas in combat zones to protect their eyes from shrapnel and flying debris. It also is the same material that OSHA requires for factory employees to wear when they're on the factory floor and assembly line. And speaking of protection, it also has 100% UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin, so you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes. Unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that need to be reapplied every couple hours when you're in direct exposure to the sun. They're in Pico Rivera, California. Now you got the Crizal Alize. Crizal is 3 features in one. The first feature is it reduces glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain, but from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead fluorescent lights, and such. Now the second feature is goes by the initials ARC, which stands for anti-reflective coating. So it reduces reflection, so when someone's looking at you, they're not looking at their reflection in your glasses. It makes for much better eye contact. And also, if someone takes a picture with a flash, you're less likely to see the flash in the lens, or if you take a selfie, you're less likely to see the camera reflection in the lens. Now the third feature that I like, which is the practical side, is that it comes with the industry's hardest scratch coating. The machine that applies the Crizal anti-glare coating costs well over $1 million. It takes over 24 hours to vaporize 8 different coatings onto your lens, so because they literally have to be cleaned and washed and sterilized in between coatings. It has to dry. You get another coating, so that's why it takes 24 hours after all 8 coatings. So because of the time and the expense, they put the industry's hardest scratch coating to protect your time and investment. And if you're unsure about which Crizal coating you want, you can go to CrizalUSA, I believe, .com, and it will give you a description, and then you can choose on my website which one you want. So it's going onto the bevel wheels, getting the V-shaped bevel, the knife-like bevel, if you will. A very dull knife like myself, but knife-like edge nonetheless. Your lens will be so sharp at the edges that you might be able to cut through a piece of wet tissue, providing you soak the tissue in a bucket of water overnight. Then pop your lens out, and using all your strength, see if you can cut through that piece of wet tissue. So water has begun spraying on the lens. It tells me it's in the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle. In just a moment, a little lever will come out. At the end of that lever is a rotating tool, a little spinning disc that's going to apply the safety bevel, meaning that I'm just going to smooth out the back surface of the lens. It's a very, very high grit sandpaper, and make sure there are no rough edges, just in case any portion of this lens protrudes from the back surface of the frame onto your cheek. It will be nice and smooth, although I can see right now you won't have any. So I will dry this lens off. Well, I'll take it out first. But first I must open this door with my mind. I can do other things with my mind. I can melt ice with my mind. I just got to stare at it for a couple hours. I can do anything with my mind except come up with new jokes. So if you know of a funnier joke, write it down on a $100 bill and mail it to me, and I'll read it on the air. So I know this is going to fit from experience. I'm going to go ahead and start cutting the left lens. The clamp shuts. The lens is going to be traced by 2 wide styluses. Make sure it's large enough to fit into the frame. And you can see as it's going around tracing the shape, and just like before, it's measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel, so you have the least amount of edge thickness. Of look, Albert, you got none. You hear me? You got nothing. I'll go ahead and take this block off, pull the sticker away, dry that off, add the sticker. Let's fold that flap down. We're going to come back down here to the lensometer, spin the axis wheel back to 110, which before I mentioned as the fine tune knob. Put it in over that dot, and I am going to read -2 1/4, 1 tick mark away from 2 going towards 3. We're going to read at that slash mark. That's because you need 9 steps of far-sighted correction with your glasses off. Everything, you are nearsighted. Everything up close is wonderful, but once it's beyond arm's reach, it starts to get blurry. So you need 9 steps of minification to see far away. Now you need an additional 4 steps of astigmatism correction. Uncorrected astigmatism makes 6s and 8s look alike with the letters P and F. So let's go ahead and add another 4 diopters. You have 9 steps this way and another 4 steps this way, and it's how we line up those 2 curves to make everything nice and crisp. Let's check that power, and we're getting -3 1/4. So how's that? Remember high school math where you add 2 like signs together? Yeah, don't worry, I forgot high school math too. Let's use today's terms. You let someone borrow $2.25 and then they borrowed another $1, they would owe you $3.25. Oops. $3.25 in the red. Now your left eye, you need 11 steps of far-sighted correction, but only 2 steps of astigmatism correction. So when we add those together, it's still 3 1/4. So you have the combined powers are the same. We just get there differently. Now your right eye, the astigmatism for your right eye is 110. A straight line is 0 to 90 to 180. For 270 for those of you keeping score at home. So we're going to turn just past the 90th meridian to about 110. The fine tune knob for the left eye is going to be around 60. That's called an oblique meridian because it's at the, if you can imagine an X. So you have one X that is 180 and 90, which is more of a cross. The X will be at the oblique meridians, 45 to 135. So this frame sells for $150. The Transitions XTRAactive Green adds $129.99, and the Crizal Alize adds $79.99 for a total of $359.98. Now, Transitions Gray and Brown I can have ready pretty quick. The green takes a couple weeks. They're only made in 1 lab. And so, he said he was willing to wait for the green. I do thank you. I'll get these shipped out today to you. You'll have them by this weekend. He's going out of town. He's going to be rocking these things when he goes out of town. And all will be good. So there's still a little bit of optical sawdust, some schwarf on the edge of the lens. Now if you guys are out there and you're undecided about what frame to go with, I highly recommend this. It is so lightweight and comfortable. It is virtually indestructible, and the geek chic look is hot right now. It'll match everything. This comes in several colors. Again, this is a tortoise color. It's hard to see. It looks dark while you're indoors, but when you hold it up to light or you go outside, you will see that. But it comes in a shiny black, which I rarely sell anymore. The black rubber, which is color code 622, is probably my best seller because the rubber, it's a hard plastic with a rubber coating. It just grips really well, since I'm not there to adjust it for you. But if you're hot and sweaty or if you're in a hot location, that one just fits incredible. There's also the black crystal. I'm wearing the blue crystal myself. There's many other colors on my website for you to choose from. You can customize. You can have different color temples with a different front. But again, this is the frame that literally got me started selling online because it was so comfortable, so popular. Everyone loved it. Now the original Wayfarer, I'm going to come down here to respect my wife and drop this in the trash here, but instead of on the floor, even though she doesn't clean, she just thinks it's a bad reflection on me to drop stuff on the floor on camera. So little does she know that's the least of my problems. So pop that block off and dry this off with my hand. Put the sticker on top. We're going to come down here to the lensometer. Turn the fine tune knob to 60. Oop, went Peter Brady on you there for a second. So, hey, anytime the clown gets to laugh at work, it's a good day at work. -275. Let's check your astigmatism correction. -3 1/4. So that's dead on. But this flashlight is just not cooperating today. Your pupillary distance is 66. Turn the card around. I'm going to check that. Place the PD stick well, not the inches, the millimeter side against the dot on the right lens. Then we hold it up to the left lens. We're getting 66 millimeters, so that is cut perfectly. But this is the portion every video that as I clean your lenses, I mentioned there's free shipping. This purchase is tax-free and includes free shipping anywhere in the U.S. and Pico Rivera, California is still in the U.S. But when you get these in the mail, there's a small chance that these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other. And because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But I'm going to get these in standard alignment first, also known as a 3-point stance. I also send out a selfie request in every package. Albert, I would love to have your picture on the website. One of them with them clear, one of them with showing the transitions XTRAactive green. I also send to field test every cleaning cloth before sending it out. I also send out instructions on how to care for your frame and lenses as well as your case, the RayBan cleaning cloth that's on the inside, the Crizal cleaning cloth you're going to get, and the premium microfiber cleaning cloth that I'll send. But let's get these in standard alignment first, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. Press down. There is no wobble. When I say wobble, when I take mine off, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me because I'm part of that 80%. Again, I'm wearing the 6053 blue crystal because it matches most of my blue shirts with a little print that I have in there. And in a professional setting, I always wear blue. But if you want to start off with something, a classic tortoise, you cannot go wrong with. But let me go ahead and activate these. I'm going to expose them to a strong burst of ultraviolet light. Here, as you can see, all transition, well, it takes about 30 to 45 seconds for transition lenses to darken, a little bit longer when you come back inside, 45 seconds to a minute 15. Now, Albert and everyone else, pay attention. This is important. All transition lenses will get dark on day 1 and continue to darken every day for the first couple weeks they're exposed to the sun. After that, they will work for years at maximum performance. The only time they won't work is if you're behind the windshield of a car. Now, the Signature 7 won't, because your windshield absorbs all the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays that would cause your dashboard to crack from sitting in the sun all day. Now, yours, Albert, the XTRAactive green, gray, or brown will get dark, well, 30 to 50% dark in a car. That is awesome. That looks like the RayBan G15 lenses they built their industry on, their empire. But they're also temperature sensitive, meaning that they will get darker when it's 85 and below than they will when it's 95 and above. But I remind everyone, when it's 100 degrees outside, you're miserable, they're miserable. Nobody works 100% when it's 100 degrees outside. Now, having said that, the XTRAactive will get darker in hotter weather. It's designed for XTRAactive people, hence the name. And as I keep running my mouth, you'll see I went Peter Brady again. You'll see, I'm going to talk with some bass in my voice now. You'll see how these will keep lightning as I talk. But that's about it. If you like what you've seen, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram as freeprescriptionlenses.com. On Twitter as freerxlenses. If you have any questions about what I can or can't do or why my voice keeps cracking, you can hit the contact me button on the website, or you can email me directly at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. Or you can always leave a question or comment in the comments section below. So Albert, and I keep having to look at the card, Pico Rivera, California, thank you for the purchase of the RayBan 2132 new Wayfarer, color 710 in the 52 eye size. This frame also comes in a 55, as well as the new windshield, which is the 58 eye size. But thanks again. I'm See More Better. I'm going to have you seeing Mo better, and everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.